Jim Derry here with Eddie Allemore, one of the New Orleans area's top officials, past president of the Greater New Orleans Foundation. First off, thanks for coming out here.
Oh, thanks for having me.
We're about to start here week one, and can you tell me, first off, what I like to do is talk a little bit about some of the rules changes that are going on in Louisiana, well, the Federation actually, and what are the major things that you got going on this year that people need to know about?
Yeah, the biggest thing this year is the 40-second clock. If you watch college or pro games, there's a 40-second clock in play. High school made the rule change to where at the end of a play, as soon as the official raises his hand, incomplete pass, or out of bounds, a 40-second play clock starts.
Okay.
In the past, the referee had to get set, blow is ready, 25-second clock started. Now, as soon as the play is over, the 40-second clock starts. It's meant to keep up the pace of play, consistent throughout every game.
So tell me a little bit about how do you think that's going to affect some of these schools? And does every school have a 40-second clock, or do they have to have one?
Every school, from what we understand, has reprogrammed the 25-second clocks to have, the 40-second and 25, combination and capability. As far as we know, everybody has it. There are some stadiums that just don't have a 25-second clock.
And you just handle that on the field.
Well, the back judge keeps that time.
And then when it gets to, 5 or 10 seconds, they hold
the hand up? When
it
it gets to 10 seconds, he'll put his hand up, and the referee will verbally, tell the player, hey, you got 10 seconds.
Okay. How do you think it's going to change anything, or does it affect you guys at all?
It will keep a consistent pace of play.
Okay.
As a referee, it's great for us because we don't have to blow the whistle every play. So it's getting used to the change and getting the quarterbacks used to not waiting on the whistle, which we ran into Friday night. Quarterback was looking at me. I'm like, we don't blow it already anymore, son. Let's play.
Right. All right. Now I know there are a few other little minor things. Talk about some of the other minor things.
The other change is, previously you had to have 7 men on the line of scrimmage before formation to be legal. They've done away with that. Now you got to have, at least 4 in the backfield, which is the quarterback, a running back, and 2 wideouts off the line. You can actually stop the ball now with 6 men on the line and 4 in the backfield. The change was made, on 4th down when you got these punt teams coming in. You could have 10 on the field because little Johnny forgot to come on the field.
Right.
So now, instead of penalizing 5 yards, if you got 4 in the backfield, 6 on the line, you can snap and go.
Against what the general public thinks, you guys would rather not throw a flag if you don't have it.
Exactly. It slows the game down.
That is true. Yes. True. All right. Now let's talk a little bit about, you've been an official for over 30 years now, and what over the past 10 years or so, maybe just tell me a little bit about maybe some of the biggest changes as far as you've seen maybe around and things like that. What is the number one change that you think you've
seen? The biggest change is the speed of the game.
Yeah.
The type of offense these teams are running now, with this run-pass option, and the speed and size of these kids.
Yeah.
I remember when I first started going to Burris and Port Sulphur as a 4-man crew, and it was, run here, run here, run here. Now it's pass, and these guys you got to be on the horse.
You only get a few of those teams that do.
They don't exist anymore.
The old Bobby Conlon wishbone, that doesn't happen anymore. Also, I want to talk a little bit about, and we talked a little bit off camera about the situation in Ohio, and just an unfortunate situation where a kid went overboard, got a little upset with an official's call, and head-butted an official. And we have taken great steps here in Louisiana, and I know a lot of other states across the nation are taking great steps to make sure that officials are safe, first of all, and that they are, people don't realize these guys are out there making hardly any money. And they're giving they do this because they love the game too, and this is their way to stay involved, and I think that's what people don't understand. So we're trying to protect officials as best we can. And a new rule and a new law in Louisiana states that any harassment of a game official can be
it's a criminal offense.
What for you, when you saw this law and before it even went into effect and was approved, just talk about what it means for you as an official.
For me as an official, it just means we're protected. The problems you're going to see, and it happens some in baseball and basketball, where you're in a confined space and the officials have to lead through a crowd to get to the vehicles. And parents come up and harass the officials at the vehicle, and some things have gotten out of control. We have to call deputies in to defuse the situation. The new law states, if the person feels he could be done bodily harm, then it's harassment and it's a criminal offense in the state of Louisiana. It's punished with a $500 fine, up to X amount of days in jail. I think it's 90, and 40 hours community service. We'll see that at a high school level, at a high school game. Everybody's in the stands. You're going to hear the coaches. It's only when we're leaving the field, going to our vehicles, going to a locker room, that we're in the middle of the crowd. And that's where this year we have a game management meeting at the 1 hour mark prior to kickoff with athletic director, security, and those type of folks to discuss those things. What's the safest path for us to get to a locker room or get to our vehicles to learn.
You talk about how tough it is sometimes to be able to even get officials. What people don't understand, you guys don't just show up on Jamboree Week and get started. I know that you, for the past 2 months, have been doing nothing but going to classes and going to different things and getting yourself ready. I mean, this starts in June for you, right?
We start in June. We actually have a meeting in April with our association gearing up for the spring games. We start meeting every Monday night, like the first week of July.
Yeah.
As a board member, we meet prior to that, and I'm on part of the training, so we're trying to recruit people and do our training modules and stuff like that. We meet every Monday night starting in July. And it goes all the way through the first week of November. There's a lot of time involved in this. And this year we've had 29 first-year members that have signed. And it's a large class for us.
Yeah.
The goal is to keep 29 to 20 after 3 years.
Right.
After 3 years, you kind of lose. The national average is 70% of the people.
Right.
And the key is to try and keep these guys engaged, keep them interested, and want to officiate. And one of the biggest places where we lose officials nationwide is at the playground level. They just get discouraged, they're tired of getting yelled at, and they just quit.
If somebody is interested in being an official, what do you suggest they do?
Contact us. It's Greater New Orleans Football Officials Association. We have a website. It's www.gnofoa.com. There's a spot where you can click on new members, fill out the application, and we'll get in touch with you.
And you guys certainly welcome that kind of thing.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
Eddie Allemore, thanks for joining us here on VSM
Thank you,
Louisiana.
Jim.
We'll see you soon. Thank you.
Yep.